Hello world! Dave here, you may call me Modown Joe. Welcome back to Let's Play Bastion. Today we're going mining, we're going spelunking, ladies and gentlemen, because we're find a shard.
The secret to how we built Caelondia so tall and proud lies in Burstone Quarry.
Yeah, he isn't kidding. We'll actually learn a good deal about say, I don't know, how they ran their town, how they got the energy they need. I don't want to delve too deep into what Rux is going to be talking about for the most part, but it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Imagine everything you need to build a city like Caelondia.
You need power sources for one thing. I'm not too good at thinking large-scale stuff like that.
It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes Burstone Quarry.
Anyway, I'm not...
The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity.
I'm not too sure exactly what... I thought there's something might happen after this. I don't know if it's after the next stage or this stage where we'll find something weird.
Place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for its natives, Rattletails.
Oh, I hate these guys. These are some of the most annoying enemies in the game. They run like cowards and they hide and start dropping.
Why would the Ura put up with those pests? Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit.
Oh, so maybe it is the next... after this, we'll immediately have to do something defensive.
Lifetime supply of windbags. Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nesting in those rocks.
I don't really want to spoil it because there is something coming up. I just don't remember if it's this stage or the next stage where we'll have to... Oh, it's a huge event and I don't want to spoil it, but suffice to say, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, you go hide in your shell now, you stupid wallflower. How do you like it? Yeah, and I did... So, Garmuth is going to be a bit of a pain, but, you know, I figured I'd try it just to see what we'd get in the end. And those windbags will help us as long as we don't steal their fragments. Let's just make sure to tag them so that way I can get the experience. There we go.
Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things.
Oh. Wait, why is memory important? This is actually starting to get very... He's starting to do some very eerie foreshadowing, and I have to wonder why he's specifically pointing out memory of all things. Oh, you're deflecting your own attacks, huh? Now, huh? Yeah, that's not really clever thinking, is it? Yeah, right. I'm just going crazy, though. I thought that was like wait. I thought I had got 150 crit damage from my upgrades for my hammer. I was expecting 600 point crits for the focus attack. That's the same as before. Yeah, well, whatever. Bugs happen. I'm used to it. I've done it more times than I can count.
They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in.
What, the stones? I mean, what's going on here? Can you please stop being so cryptic? Is this all about the Bastion? I mean, I know exactly what's going to happen in the end, but I just wish he wouldn't be so damn quiet. Then again, I guess they have to save something for the big reveal. I mean, for the most part, you figure this is all about, like, making the Bastion a power source of some sort, considering... Oh, wow, that is one... But, instead, all he's doing is just speaking in riddles about what's to happen.
No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to lower the gates. Well, it's just my... And I do love this game, even though there are one or two bugs, I guess, that we... Although I didn't see any of them my first time, and I actually don't even remember the focus attack doing that.
Turned out to be wrong.
Stupid...
Rattletails kept tunneling in to snack on windbags.
I hate these rattletails. They're probably the most obnoxious enemy in the game. We'll be seeing a lot more of them. Thankfully, we got them cornered.
Windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities.
And fortunately, I ended up trapping him back there. I think I can flip the switch again to... There we go. Yeah, you stay. No, don't get back here. There we go. I think I got... Now, if only he would stop tossing those rocks.
To the rocks, so we have to keep the rattletails at bay.
There we go. I just wanted to grab all the cash I can, just because, well, I want to upgrade a few more weapons to max, and one of them is pretty expensive to upgrade, if I recall correctly.
Why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place?
Because we fooled them. We fooled them to thinking it was worth toenails.
The gods told them the quarry's bad news.
Wow, this is actually one of the more interesting times we've ever had to deal with these stupid pincushions. But, nice, they line up perfectly, just so I can go ahead and fill them with lead. Whoa!
Superstitious lot.
Okay, so that was 100%. Okay, so it's only random crits that get the crit bonus. And number 1. And number 2, I guess, so Werewolf is not going to help there. And number 2, that was not 150% damage. Unless you count how much, unless it's going from the base damage. Well, my math is... I guess my math isn't as great as I thought. I'm just going into the arsenal to restock on health and whatnot, and... But the base crit bonus is like 100%, so I really think... So calling it 150% isn't really that disingenuous. As you saw, like... I mean, unless Werewhisky has like a different crit bonus... I don't know how critical hits in this game work, especially considering that you never get random crits unless you actually use... Actually, I think the Pike has innate random crits, unlike... But it's like the only weapon in the game that does, and obviously I was never that fond of using the Pike. Sorry, man, I need money. These fragments are important. I gotta make a living somehow.
On top of that, you know the Ura hated anything above ground.
Ooh, finally get us something stringy.
The quarry just got too much sunshine for their liking.
My only gripe with the bullets on this thing, they don't reach far enough. Yeah, well, we got a lot going here. Well, outside the fact I keep getting myself killed here. Arsenal, glad that's still here. But for the most part, this is actually one of the more interesting areas in the game. I do love how they actually bother with switch puzzles. I mean, after a whole game of keeping it simple, they go ahead and throw in a couple switch puzzles just to liven things up.
In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend.
Which god, though? That's the question. The Ura seem to have so many different gods that they worship. And something tells me you don't want a blessing from Pith. Pith just, to me, comes off like Crom. You don't want to touch him. You don't want to draw his ire at all. Still do love that boosted crit hit damage though. Got it. Even if it's not the crazy thing I was asking for.
Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen.
Oh yeah, I don't think I was supposed to hit that switch.
The largest ones, you know as cores.
Really now?
A single core could keep the lights on in an entire city district.
See, they are a power source. I don't know why you're trying to make them up as like this incredible recording device that can record some stupid guys talking for hours on end. But rather, you know, you're making them out like there's some kind of stupid, like there's some kind of stupid video service or something like that, or like they actually record everything that every idiot does and then just tries to serve it to the whole world or something like that. I don't get why you're making it out like they remember things. I mean, what is that whole memory for? If they're really just power sources, if they're really just magical coal, why not just say that? Yeah, that's essentially what we do get, magical coal here. It's coal. Except it actually burns clean because it's magic. There will never be clean coal, ever. I do not know why they're trying to... Why those...
The smaller ones, we call them shards.
So... Oh, yeah. You said the smaller cores were just shards, so I guess... Although I don't know why they're pink, but, yeah, whatever. Yeah, well, we take what we can get here. We take what we can get here on this show. I'm really loving the pistols now, especially now that we got them all maxed out.
Shard's got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland.
So, in other words, not quite as important, but you know, you can power a car on it at least, so, or a boat. I guess a motorboat or something. Whoa.
Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use.
Yeah, I guess the F even kind of need... Where would they get their power outside of the fact that, you know, they're magic? I don't think they mention. They just mentioned that they have some kind of magic power.
Remember how I said Rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry?
Oh, boy.
That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky.
And we got the...
Massive thing stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him.
And we got the...
The only thing harder than the rocks burst in the quarry is Sir Lunky's head.
Yeah, world's biggest lunkhead here. So, but other than that, he's just a lunkhead, so...
His big fat rum's plenty tough, too. So as a kid, we never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think this might be where it is.
It says.
Yeah, I'm more than alright. I'm perfectly fine. I just want to go ahead and grab this something coarse. Wow, we are going to be upgrading all of our favorite weapons to level 4 today. In fact, I might even get... And without any proving grounds anytime soon, well... Yeah, well, we could have used that switch to change the terrain a bit to make things a little easier in that fight, but we don't have to.
It's him.
Zolf.
I've come to warn you, he says.
Really? Then why the hell did you break our stupid monument?
The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back.
Yeah, okay, so it was after this event that what I was thinking of. Yeah, as Zolf has just told us, that the Bastion is under attack by Theura, and he wants us to just walk away from all this and not do a thing. Sorry, buddy.
Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred.
I mean, the door's open, we could run, but the camera's not gonna let us. It's essentially fixed here. We could walk all the way we wanted, but we just end up falling off eventually because we don't know where we'd be going. So we'll just take our shard and run. And then,
if that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you.
And now we have to go and protect the Bastion.
Because my countrymen will.
Yep. Well, we already knew that there were other Ur out there. We saw we saw one of them. He punched us in the face, so let's go repay him in kind.
Say what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. Too bad for that.
And ladies and gentlemen, we completed the Mercy because now we are fighting the Ura. These are our late game enemies.
Showed them the way here, and here they came to take revenge.
For being essentially Native Americans, they act a lot more like ninjas. I mean, seriously, look at their
They
speed.
got inside the bastion and shut the door. Kids gotta go in through the back.
These guys are probably the reason I'll be keeping
should've told
Pith
them
off
sooner
for the most
about
part.
all this. To make matters worse, seems the Ura took the girl.
Yeah. This is probably gonna be. This is where things start to hit the fan. Metaphor. Seriously, these guys are now pretty much after us, and this is where things get a little more interesting. We're almost near the end of the game, though, so.
Unfortunately, they broke in, and they started digging their hole. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away this place.
Yeah.
Tried to stop them. We needed help.
So all of those creatures that we picked up earlier, they are now going to help us in this huge melee brawl against all these Ura. And for the most part, just try to make sure. The Pecker and the Squirt's probably not going to make it. But for the most part, just try to keep them alive as long as you can if you kind of like their company. And I think honestly, the only one that's he didn't make it. Yeah, I could have thrown that line out. But this is actually one of the craziest brawls in the game, and we will be dealing a lot more with these ninja Indians in the future. That's essentially that's a little pet name I came up for in the shower for these crazy bastards. Yeah, they even have guns. Some ninjas, some Native American ninjas. Well, and they got me cornered in a... Yeah, let's see who's the better slinger, buddy. Clearly not you. And let's see if I can maybe keep the Pecker alive here.
Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zulf's plan worked. We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came.
Vengeance.
To get us back. For the Calamity.
Yep, like I said.
It was Caelondia's master plan. To wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired. Didn't it?
Yeah.
If only Zulf knew the whole story.
Yeah, it backfired all right because Zia's father decided, hey, let's go ahead and set off those nukes early. I mean, I don't want my daughter to be discriminated against. But yeah, what did happen to Zia?
What were we to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home.
Well, we ain't got anything else to do. Let's just put this core in the monument. Maybe that'll fix the place up.
The shards can put this disease in remission. But there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started.
Are you suggesting we kill all the Ura? I don't know. I like that girl. I don't want to kill her. But yeah, we did finish off one last vigil, so...
The Mercy. The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot.
Yeah, apparently we are also gonna have to kill a bunch more guys for that. And, well, let's finish up upgrading the whole bastion.
The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection.
I probably should have done...
Now all we need is one last shard.
I probably should have done this earlier instead of...
The sanctuary. If we can build, we can rebuild.
I probably should have done that later. But yeah, we've got a bunch of upgrades we can go ahead and do right now. So let's go ahead and put them to use. Get our final upgrade for the bow. Arrows can stun. Arrows cause knockback. Stun. Stun. I definitely like the beanbag arrows.
Ain't that the finest breaker's bow we ever seen?
I might even be able to upgrade a third weapon. Yeah, maybe I'll try the pike. It's worth it. But yeah, this is where the musket gets so much oomph. I mean, look at this. We can make it fire 2 shots at once. So yes, please.
The marshals would have been downright jealous.
Maybe I could start. The upgrades for the last weapon are really, really pricey, though. I mean, they get like a very steady rate of. They have a very linear. Their costs for the upgrades have a very linear rate of growth, and well, we'll see just how expensive that gets. But for the most part, you know what, maybe I could try it. I'll think about it. Right now, though, we ain't got much to do, so we just. I guess I can't really think of too much else to do other than just make our way to the next stage. We'll do that next time, though. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dave.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
Until next time, I'm Dave. Remember to lock up tight before you leave. Take care, everybody.